What's up, guys? It's Lord Both here for another video, and man oh man, this new Harry Potter series over at HBO, I mean, it has been a roller coaster ride already. And I don't mean a fun roller coaster ride. I mean like one of those janky wooden roller coasters that like breaks your back as you go along it. That you're afraid that any minute it might snap and you might go flying across the entire park. Because, of course, one of the main controversies that we all know at this point is that a black actor, Papa Asidu, is going to play the role of Severus Snape.
I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
Now, I don't think I've actually seen anything that Papa Asidu is in, but I have heard tell that he is a very talented actor, and I don't deny the fact that he is a very talented actor. However, I do reject the basis that because he is a talented actor, that means that he's okay to play Severus Snape, because he doesn't look anything like Severus Snape. Nothing like the actual drawings that J.K. Rowling did herself to illustrate what Snape was supposed to look like, nor the description of the character in the book, nor any other piece of media that's ever come out that depicts Severus Snape in any way whatsoever. To put it plainly, Severus Snape is a angular-faced, hook-nosed, long, greasy-haired, pale white dude. So getting a black actor to play him, it doesn't make sense. More than that, it doesn't make sense from a story point because doing so changes the entire connotations of the relationship between him and James Potter, Harry's father, and his gang of friends that always bullied Snape.
Because of the implication.
It changes those connotations of the bullying from just, ostracizing the outcast weird kid who likes nerdy stuff to full-blown racism. And somehow just having that opinion makes people tell me,
you are racist.
So try to figure that one out. So there was massive controversy about that and the fact that J.K. Rowling signed off on that and when they weren't backing down, that he's going to be the actor that plays Snape. Then after that, they had a series of wins. They announced a whole bunch of actors that were going to be in the show, and a lot of them made sense and people were okay with, especially the main cast that, surprisingly, looked like the main cast. They weirdly enough casted a whole bunch of gingers for the Weasleys. I know, shocking.
You did. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
They even trotted out Nick Frost here, who's going to play Hagrid, in what will look like his Hagrid costume. And it looks pretty book accurate. He looks essentially like Hagrid from the movies. Weird to have an actor, get into costume and change the way he looks to look like that very distinct and descripted character. And somehow that's okay for Hagrid, but not for Snape. But we're not going to get into all that.
I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that.
In fact, I would say the most controversial actor they got for this series, other than Papa Asidu, is Jonathan Lithgow. And that's just because he's an American. And J.K. Rowling, it was her firm stance that when they made the movies, that all the actors in the movie be British. So definitely a break with tradition on that one. And I said at the time, if we're going to break this staunch tradition, this one hardline rule that she had, and they've already casted a black man as Snape, well, I think all the rules are out on this one. Who knows what we might see, and now we're seeing something really weird. Because, and this comes to us from Screen Time via Twitter X, the Harry Potter series is reportedly auditioning both men and women for the role of Voldemort. Yes, Lord Voldemort.
Put a ticket in and make her name it gay!
Tom Morvolo Riddle, who clearly was a boy that, grew up in the 1940s and 50s. I don't understand, guys. Why do they want their series to be more DOA than it already is? Because you already turned off a lot of people with Papa Asidu playing Snape, and you're already getting cries of woke out there, and you already have controversy on the other end with J.K. Rowling being affiliated with the show, because you can never be left enough to appease the leftists, even though she agrees with 99% of what they believe. She doesn't agree with one thing, and that one thing she's completely hated for. But now they go ahead and they do this. Just to clarify, this means that we might see female Lord Voldemort off Black Severus Snape after finding out that he was bullied by James Potter because he and his buddies were flaming racists.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Definitely the most book-accurate version of Harry Potter, for sure. But you know what? I hope they do it. I hope they do it. Just make the most wacky, non-accurate thing possible. Just go all out and prove how insane and how willing you are to burn the money over at HBO and Warner Brothers. Because you talk about studios that need wins right now, Warner Brothers is definitely one of them. I mean, there's literally a bidding war right now for who's going to buy them because they're that big in financial trouble.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
And you know what this means? This means we're going to get the same androgynous-looking, pale British females to audition for Voldemort. Tilda Swinton, Kate Blanchett, and they're probably, one of them is going to get hired because nothing about this series and its casting for a lot of its major roles makes sense at this point. You got an American playing Dumbledore, a black guy playing Snape, and maybe a woman playing Voldemort. I don't understand, man.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
But if there already wasn't that much hype or care around this series, which I don't think there was to begin with, there is even less now, and there'll probably be less every single day. And I'm sure this isn't the end of the controversial choices they're going to make with this show. But hey, those are just my thoughts on all this. If you have your own thoughts, go and leave them in the comments. If you liked this video, go and like, share, and subscribe. If you didn't like this video, appreciate you watching all of it, and we'll talk to you again later.